How do you feel? How do you feel? How do you feel?
I do not understand the question.
How do you feel? Well, after seeing this news, terrible. Because I've been doing a few Star Trek videos lately, and of course, in those videos, we've discussed that there is another project in development. We just weren't sure what that project was until now. We actually have some information regarding what it is, and oh boy, does it sound terrible. And what are they thinking? This is a Hail Mary throw to try and save this franchise. And the irony of this is, this article we are going to look at comes from Trek Central, you know, the website that's pretty much dedicated to all things Star Trek. And even one of our headlines says this: can it revive a dying franchise? So even they've had to admit now that yeah, Star Trek, particularly under Alex Kurtzman, is screwed. So what is this project? What is it? When should we be getting it? And what do we know about it? Well, let's dive into this and have a look, shall we? So it says, exclusive. Trek Central has discovered a new, unannounced Star Trek series is in development. The series is titled Star Trek Starfleet Scouts. Appears to be a family-friendly project. You may be thinking of the Paramount Plus Star Trek Prodigy series, which was a franchise first for targeting a younger audience. However, this new Star Trek series seems to be children's animated digital shorts that will air on YouTube for kids. That's right, you heard that correctly. This thing is going to be another animated thing, dumbed down by the sounds of it to be for little kids, and it's going to be for YouTube, and it's going to be shorts. Yeah, I also like the fact that this says, oh, Prodigy was a series first because it targeted a younger audience. Number one, the fact that they're saying it's for the younger audience and it's the first time this has ever happened. No, it isn't. What about the original Star Trek animated series? Not to mention Star Trek itself. It was for everybody. It was never this thing that, oh, you have to be this age to be able to watch it to understand it. No, it was for everybody. I was introduced to Star Trek when I was like 3, for God's sake. So don't sit there and try and tell me, oh, you have to be certain ages to watch it. You do now. Now you have to be basically 18 to watch it, with eyeballs being ripped out and Klingon rape scenes and whatnot. But anyway, let's continue, because it gets worse, by the way. By the way, this article does try and hype this thing a little bit. So it says, Trekkies have been anxiously waiting for news on what is next in the Star Trek universe. While Star Trek Strange New Worlds and Starfleet Academy keep the live-action side of things running, animated Trek has recently faltered. Star Trek Prodigy was cancelled after just 2 seasons, and Star Trek Lower Decks concluded with its 5th season. Didn't conclude, it was cancelled as well. It felt like the animated Star Trek universe had come to a dead end for the foreseeable future. Now, this new reveal looks to have changed things. So, what do we know about this new Star Trek Starfleet Scout series? Brace yourselves, by the way. As this is an unannounced Star Trek series, not many details are currently known. Our first indication of this new series comes from the USPTO, which is United States Patent and Trademark Office. The filing details clearly list a multimedia series featuring animated distributed via various platforms. Additionally, other sources is a casting website. This site is specifically requesting young actors and actresses for a YouTube short series. So it's possible this could air on Nick Jr. YouTube channel. Didn't know Nick Jr. had a YouTube channel, but okay. So it seems Star Trek Starfleet Scouts will be something like Disney Plus and Lucasfilm's Star Wars Young Jedi Adventures. This Star Wars series originally started as 6 shorts on YouTube before it gained a full season order. It has been an excellent success for Disney Plus, with 2 full 20 plus episode seasons released and a 3rd in production. Now, I love the fact that this article says this thing on Disney Plus was an excellent success for Disney Plus. Is it? Because have you ever heard anyone talking about Young Jedi Adventures? I barely remember the name. I know nothing about it. I've heard nothing about it. So to say it was a massive success, yeah, no. Because the thing's not exactly tearing up the online sphere now, is it? Again, this gets worse because, here we go, based on casting information, the new animated series will focus on 3 8 to 9-year-old friends as they go to school on an Earth-like planet. The series will follow their adventures as they train to become future Starfleet explorers. This information seems like a step before Starfleet Academy. The characters of Starfleet Scouts are described as cool, funny, heroic, and authentic. And then the next part of this article, we're not actually going to read it, it's just the headline part for it says, can it revive a dying franchise? The answer is no. How could a shorts animated series focusing on 8 to 9-year-olds in school on Earth on YouTube save Star Trek? Are you kidding me? The fact as well that they're actually going ahead with this. Now, as far as we know, they're going ahead with this. As they said here, it hasn't actually been officially announced yet anyway. Probably because they're trying to get all their I's dotted and their T's checked and all that type of stuff. This sounds horrendous. The idea that they want to go, hey, let's do this show about young people in school on an Earth-like planet, training to become future Starfleet explorers. That's not how Star Trek works, and that's not how it's ever worked. You didn't go to school to be starting to train to go to Starfleet Academy. You were able to do whatever you wanted when you left school. That was the whole thing. There was parents who wanted you to enlist in Starfleet. There was parents who didn't want you to enlist in Starfleet. Look at Picard's own nephew, Rene. His own father did not want him at all to enlist in Starfleet. Now, he never got the chance to because if you've seen Generations, you know, him and Robert burned to death in a fire at the family home. But you hear in that episode of TNG, which I believe was called Family, that you basically, you're in school, what are your career paths when you leave, and you can pretty much do anything. Rene wants to join Starfleet. Robert definitely doesn't want him to join Starfleet, and Picard, Jean-Luc that is, obviously, believes he should be able to choose whatever he wants. This idea that they're going to make this weird little animated Netflix or YouTube show that's going to have 8 to 9-year-olds in school training to go to Starfleet makes 0 sense. And again, it truly shows you that the people running Star Trek right now don't understand Star Trek, and they never did. Also, the fact that they want to actually make this thing and put it on YouTube. Now, the thing about that is it may not go on YouTube because it says various platforms. That it seems like they're trying to shop it around, maybe. Who the hell is going to take it? Don't know. If YouTube takes it, you would assume it would be for pretty much nothing. The last shorts they used to do, they tried to charge Netflix like 40 million for 4 episodes that were, I believe, are like between 10 and 15 minutes each. And there was only 4 of them. And Netflix just laughed at them, walked out of the room, and then a Canadian company said, we'll give you 12. And they were like, okay. So the fact that if they think they're going to make this thing and have some studio offer them hundreds of millions and whatnot, yeah, it's not going to happen. It's absolutely not going to happen. Plus, you'd have to ask, Why are you dumping it on YouTube and not just sticking it on Paramount Plus? That would be my bigger question. But now we have the official, well, at least somewhat official information and news that this thing is another animated show that's going to focus on kids, little kids, not actually in Starfleet or going on starships and adventures and stuff like that, but will be going to school, and it will be these digital shorts that may end up just being on YouTube. Yeah, good luck with this. That's all I can say. Get Kurtzman away from Star Trek now. Just but fire him. Just screw his contract, screw it up, just fire him, because this thing will end you. By the way, there you go. That's the information that we have so far on this thing. Star Trek Starfleet Scouts. So, good Christ, even the name is just ridiculous at this stage. But anyway, there you go. So with that, I shall leave it there for this one. Like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Let me know how you feel. Cheers, and I'll catch you in the next one.